The galactic ley line. So that's what you're at.
Your name's Jeff, and I hate that joke, by the way, that my name is Jeff joke. I'm just put it out there. If this is how you meet me, don't do that my name is Jeff joke. Automatically, I'm not gonna like you. Like, come on, bro. I do consider myself a type of nomad in a sense. The term itself is kind of funny because you think back, nomadic tribes, and the whole idea of, people being nomads is kind of how they move from place together, like from place to place together. There was no like set home. And now I feel like honestly, if someone is referred to as a nomad, people kind of think of like a negative connotation to that. It's like some people aren't really meant to stay still. History shows like that's how we used to be as people. It's not like we just sprouted up on each of these continents. Like nomadic tribes did that. Like, it's weird that people look at nomads or like the term nomad to be negative when that's kind of how things used to be. I mean, I like the name though. I know my family hates it. My family hates it because for them, the reason that they hate it, it shines a negative light on them because it makes it seem like they've never provided me a home. When they have, like I've lived with my family, with my father, I've lived with my uncle, I've lived with family. But it's like living somewhere you don't feel comfortable or you don't feel welcome or you don't feel happy or just even mentally stable at times, that's not really living comfort. And that's kind of why I am the way I am. Like I feel like if I'm somewhere, I can't stay there unless I'm comfortable. And it sounds maybe even lazy thing to say or well, you should be grateful for what you have, but it's just like, it's not that I'm not grateful, it's just I know I don't have to stay here if I don't really want. If it's not for me, then why would I choose to stay in this negative kind of space? So they hate it because of that. They hate it because it makes it seem like don't provide me with a space. It's not the case. It's not even about who I want to be, it's essentially who I am. I've moved around so much. Even with my family, I've moved around a lot. Do I ever feel deeply connected to places or people that I've come in contact with, the places that I've been? It depends on the location, because I was just in Colorado for a year. There's no connection there. There's nothing there for me. There's nothing that connects me to that place. Whereas come back to, let's say, Brooklyn, Flatbush, there I feel connected to people around me. That's where I know a lot of my friends, that's where I met a lot of my good friends. It's a very Caribbean kind of neighborhood, so like I still have that connection to my people. It just depends on the place and on like where I'm at specifically. Like my first big move, right? My first big move was, of course, from my place of birth, from Port-au-Prince, Haiti to, well, I first moved to Philly, so West Philly, and then to New York. I would say during that time frame, I had to learn how to adapt because I didn't know anything about where I was going. I didn't know the language, I didn't know the people. The only constant wasn't even constant because it was supposed to be my family, but my family was kind of moving around as well. So I feel like since then, I've always have had that adaptive personality, but I feel like it's not much of a separation from who I am, because when I make decisions or like when I whatever I choose to do, it is more so like sometimes like, all right, how do I act around this person, how do I act around that person? But at the end of the day, like more recently, I've been telling myself like, what feels right to me? How can I go about doing something so that, like, it's gonna sound a little selfish, but I think that's kind of how I've been lately, because I have to make sure that I'm good. Like in order to make sure anything else around me is good, I have to make sure that I'm good. So like adapting it's just kind of, it's become part of who I am, because I had to adapt to learn the language. I had to adapt to, it's like survival of the fittest in a sense. Like that's kind of how I was raised in the States. It's like, if you don't understand what's going on, then you won't live. How do I maintain connections with people I value even though I'm absent? I think that's easy. Don't be a shit person. Be a good friend. Like I feel like even with friends, like different kinds of friendships with different people. I have friends that I talk to every day. And then I have friends that we have shared like such crazy experiences that I could hit them up every, once in the blue and still just check on them, because it's still all love. Like it's still like, they know that I still care about them and I feel like they still care about me. So it's just don't be a shit person. Like truly, keep those bonds kind of intact by doing what you have to do. And for me, that's just checking in once in a while, and sometimes, you take an extra step if you have to. You go visit them, you send them a little $5 here and there if they need it. Like it's whatever, it's like, my family hates when I say this, but like my friends are my family.
I sadly swear I'm up to no good.